Assalamu alaikum. Today we will learn about the basic and fundamental knowledge about steel structure. Basically, the most common section of a steel structure is I section, which is look like that. We have to change the color. Take this blue color. So mostly, at many time we see the types of I section for a steel structure. This section is basically like one of this type, which is named as flange, the bottom plate and this top plate. This name is flange, flange, and the middle part of this section is called known to be web. We already marked the name of the sections at arrow mark. This zone, mid zone is web, and top zone of the section is flange, and the bottom zone of this part is also called flange. So this is known to be top flange, this is known to be top flange, and this bottom part is known to be bottom flange. This type of section can be happened at build up section. That means we have plate like this shape, this cutting size plate, and we raised a plate here and here, and then make them welding. We weld this plate at here. Also we substitute a plate at top, and then we weld the top part here, and the whole part make a I section. When we make this type of section by welding or any other process, we set this as a built up section. Built up section. And at the same time, some sections are made into factory, which is called rolled section. Rolled section. And it's also called hot roll section. Hot roll section, because these types of section are fabricated on the factory by melting them and bring into a I shape form. So this type of section are called hot roll section, which are made into factory. For the types of section, one of there is two axes basically. One axis is at y axis and another axis is at x axis. So in general cases, when the depth of the section is too much high compared to its width, its long section turns to a strong axis, and the smaller width of the section turns to a weak axis. Weak axis, that means this axis is strong axis and this axis is weak axis. So generally where the intensity of load is higher uh, compared to its sections, like if we have a lateral load like 5 kb, we can substitute a section like this portion. So this force acting towards its weak axis, that is minor axis. If we done this, this section size can be needed a large section, but at the same time for this types of load, if we place, placed the strong side of this member like this, for these types of geometry the section size can be reduced drastically. So because this load is acting towards is strong axis or major axis, we can reduce the sections a lot compared to its higher load. So this is the basic fundamental knowledge about these I sections. And if we turn to our next slide, the next slide is basically the base plate and anchor bolt. Let to introduce about this. Here is a base plate. The base plate basically put into the bottom of a steel section. If we have a steel section like this, we can put a base plate under the column section, and we put two types of bolt here, uh, 4 hole. Basically we mainly at many time we provide the shear connection of these types of base plate, because at steel structure there is a very rare cases when we provide fixed joint. Maximum we provide a pin joint, and this types of connection is to be a pin connection. That's why we provide the holes on the side of the web instead of providing the board on the side of this flange side. So this is basically a pin connection. Pin connection, pin connection, and that we provide like this in our exam paper or in book. The pin connection look like this. That is, in practical situation for steel structure, pin connection, the holes are will be inside of flanges, not this outside of flange. Whenever we put holes on the outside of these flanges, this connection will turns to a moment connection. That will be a fixed connection. And this is a anchor bolt. Here is the bottom uh, part of a bolt. We provide a additional nut for making friction to concrete column. And here is the top part of this anchor bolt. This free end will always keep free uh, for safety purpose, and in this gap steel baseless wire substitute. And if we go our next slide, this is basically a multi-story building deck slab. Here is deck slab. This is look like that. Let us take a pen. Let us take a pen. Here is a deck slab. This types of zigzag shape for deck slab we always provide, and this is basically a shear stud. Shear shear stud. Why we use shear stud? Because our concrete are cast on the deck sheet, and when the deck sheet are situated on the top of a beam, there is a internal lack of internal friction, for which concrete can be slightly moved up to down, because of there is no friction. To make the concrete bonded to this high joist, we provide some additional pin type of member that is known as shear stud to make the bond between joist and concrete slabs. So this is that's why we use shear stud. And now you can see here is a joint. Basically this joint is beam into column web, and this joint is beam into column flanges. So we will further we will discuss more details about this structure. Thank you.